In this video, we'll talk about Amazon product ranking. Our guest, Marculescu, introduces search, find, and buy strategy combination together with social signals in order to improve the ranking of the product. In this video, you will also learn why ranking is important and why Amazon sellers should work on improving it. The host of this video is LISETT. She works with different Amazon brands. And as always, if you like videos like this, don't forget to subscribe below to the YouTube channel of Klik. Click the notification bell as well, because here we talk to different Amazon experts, software providers, and event organizers.
Hello, Marcel. It's nice to have you here on Klik channel to talk about product ranking on Amazon. Last time we had you here, it was also a very interesting topic regarding micro-influencers that has gained a lot of interest from the sellers and viewers. So I think today will be super interesting as well. So before we get started, could you please introduce yourself and tell us how you help Amazon sellers?
Of course. Thank you, Lisette. It's good to be here. Thank you for having me. Actually, the two topics are really combined. What we're doing, we're developing combo strategies and we're implementing both ranking and also micro-influencers program to build a long-term business with Amazon. But to introduce myself, my name is Marculescu. I'm a co-founder of IntelliRank, and so far we've helped a lot of sellers over there to rank their business on Amazon, to build up a strategy for long-term, and to build brand awareness for their brand out there, mainly on Instagram currently. We're also looking into TikTok, but TikTok is we will come up. That's a surprise for another day. We will come up with a strategy for TikTok as well. That's very, very good. Yeah.
That's awesome, because I think you shared a lot of value last time. I'm sure you do the same this time. So if you have anything regarding TikTok, we are all eager to listen.
Yeah, it will. It's still under development, but it will come up, and of course, we'll. If you'll invite us, we'll join gladly and share with everyone, of course.
That's good to hear. So basically, when you're ready, I'm ready for today's topic, which is ranking. So maybe first you just explain a little bit why ranking is so important in Amazon.
Okay, so in terms of what is ranking, actually, in basic terms, ranking means that your product. When you start, your product is at the end of the list. It's probably not indexed. It will slowly get indexed based on the relevance of the listing. And based on that, it will grow on the search results. So, for example, when I go to Amazon and I'm looking to buy, I don't know, maybe a fishing rod, I will input there the keyword fishing rod. Based on how relevant and how good ranking you have on your listing, your product may show up on the first page or on the first results there. So you can do this in two ways. First is the paid PPC method, which you pay in the PPC program to display you on the main page or close to the close positions. And the other one is by building organic ranking. Organic ranking will put you there, and you will stay there as long as you're relevant and you're selling on that particular keyword. So this is what we'll be talking about today. We'll be building organic ranking and how to do it in order to get your product on top. And also along with the PPC, you get more real estate. And of course, the chance that people will click on your product will increase a lot. And usually, and probably everyone is agreeing on this, people tend to purchase from the first results. They don't scroll to page number 21 to find your product there and purchase it, which, basically never happens, to be honest. Yeah. So this is what we'll cover today. And I'll try to explain it, how to do it best, and everything I can explain. Yeah.
That's good. So I know you have prepared a small presentation for us to be able to better follow what you have. So let's go into it.
Sure thing. I just want to make one thing clear. There isn't one best way to do things. The best way is to listen to everybody and build up your own strategy. So here I will be like providing you with one strategy, but at the end, everyone should analyze it and decide what's the best strategy for themselves. So what we do during the ranking process, we are ranking products by combining search, find, buy strategies with social signals. This proved to be very important and very strong in the current rankings that we are running. And it's also very important from Amazon's perspective, because Amazon loves social media traffic. So when you're sending in customers and they look that they came from from a social media platform like Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, or even email, Amazon simply loves that, falls in love with your product, and gives it more juice and ranks it organically, provides it in front of the customers. So we start from the premise that you've properly done the product research. You've done a good product research. You've chosen a good product, and we believe this is the best and most important part of the business. And afterwards, you've built a professional listing with relevant keywords and a good copywriting. Also, the infographics are very important. And what we'll talk about today will be the 3 R's. We'll slowly get into each of them and analyze them. So the first R is the ranking. There are a few steps that you need to consider when building a ranking strategy. As your first business objective, you need to set up your target. In our case, it will be the keywords and the most relevant keywords for your listing, and also plan a strategy, and afterwards measure the results and adapt the strategy. We have 2 types of strategies here. We have a launching strategy, which usually takes like 7 to 14 days, where we try to push as much traffic as possible and as many sales as possible on the product. And afterwards, the maintenance strategy, which keeps your product ranked and keeps your product on the top results on those specific keywords that you target. It's very important, even though you're trying to rank up on a specific set of keywords, afterwards, if you're not able to sustain it, even organically or by organic sales or through PPC, Amazon will slowly de-rank you. So that's very important. The most important characteristics that we take into consideration when we build and we select the keywords are the monthly volume, the monthly search volume. And we're also using, for example, Helium 10, which is proven to be very effective with us. And we're using their CPR method. The CPR method defines the quantity of items, of units, that you would need to give away on an 8-day period. But we'll get into that. You can extend or keep it to 8, depends on how you like it. In order to get you ranked on the first position or the first page, at least of that specific keyword. It goes without saying that it's very important for that keyword to be relevant for your product, and when you try to rank it, you focus on the keywords that actually matter and are likely to bring you in with a lot of sales. So you can always mix the keywords and get them from various tools. Helium 10 is just an example, but at the end, make sure that you also cross-check them with the Amazon search terms. You have it in your Seller Central. You have the Amazon search terms, which are very important and give you the top keywords that are searched for on Amazon, along with the actual products that are being already sold on those keywords. So it's very important to cross-match your list with what Amazon is feeding us. That's actually the most important factor here. Yeah, so in terms of the strategy, a ranking strategy we see it as a pyramid. In this example, we have a 3-phase pyramid with a 3-phase launch, actually, with not so many monthly searches. This is a pure example. Based on your product, based on your niche competitivity, you can adjust it and build it up so you can expand your reach and also bring in a lot of sales to rank you up on those specific keywords. So launching for the first 8 to 10 days, for example, and afterwards, like I said, running and sending the right signals to Amazon, running continual ranking and sending the right signals to Amazon, which is very important. From Amazon's perspective, the most important part is consistency in sales. We've seen and we've had experiences like this when people were like, pushing a lot of sales, doing that 8 days launch, and afterwards suddenly their sales to drop. How does Amazon see that? For example, you're bringing in a lot of sales, let's say 100 per day, pure example, and for a number of 8 days, and afterwards you're selling like organically and PPC 10, 20, something like that. That's a huge drop. Amazon loves it smooth and loves to see that your product is up there and the product is desired, and this will make it send in more traffic your way and make it relevant on a lot of other keywords that, of course, that are relevant to your product. So a ranking campaign is ongoing. Even if you're not doing rebates, and some brands never do that, consider that your competition will eventually start to push in harder and overcome your ranking. This is why you need to push in sales and also assure your top position. It's very important, because even if you're not doing it and you want to play by the rules, so to speak, the competition will probably not do that, and they will push in a lot of sales, get a lot of tactics out there to get in front of you and steal your clients, which it's a battle out there on some niches. So we have here an example. So by using the Helium 10 monthly search volumes and picking up the relevant keywords and also taking the CPR into consideration, we can build a visual strategy. And we have here an Excel that helps us organize and get a visual overview over the entire strategy spread on 9 days. In this case, we normally prefer the strategy to be at least 9 days just to be safe. And of course, but this is our way of doing it, and it's our pleasure, so to speak. So at the end of each phase, if you look into it, we have there, like on the first phase, we have a total of 206 rebates in this case. Moving further to stronger keywords, we get a total of 467 rebates, and afterwards 544, which is a very big amount of rebates for this particular example. But consider only this: after running the first phase, by ranking, Amazon will also rank you on all the other keywords that you have on the 2 other phases. So based on your position, you will then, after each phase, redesign your strategy and see how much units to actually give away in order to reach the top position. So this is just an estimate, and the best way to work with estimates is to always stay connected to reality and see where your product is, how it's ranking, and if you need to push harder, because just to make it simple, you can start with a strategy and keep it within the brackets. Let's say you need to give away 40 units to rank on the first position for this keyword. You've given away 40 units and you find yourself on the bottom of first page, and you're like wondering what's happening. Of course, this can be the case, and we've seen that happen as well, because during that time your competition is also might be pushing. Also, there might be some flows coming in. And last but not least, and most important, is that we are working with estimates. This is how it looks like. So we see ranking as a continual process. Once you're done with the 3 phases launch, you can continue to run weekly rebates and keep your product on the top of page 1, which is what you're looking for. Even if you're not running rebates and you rely on sale, your competition is more likely, like I said, to run rebates and overcome your position sooner or later. So why not assure your top position with a couple of rebates each day, on your best keywords. This will keep you relevant and keep you on top of the search results for that particular keyword. What we recommend in the maintain ranking is to closely monitor all the keywords you've used in the first 3 phases. Of course, it's important for you to have results and sales after these 3 phases, and also, if possible, to see your position and track your position. We encourage you to use tools out there for tracking your position. That's the idea. And in case you drop from the top position on some keywords, just push in a little more rebates just to keep you out there in the game. It's very important. So the search, find, buy consists in asking the customer to follow some steps. The search, find, buy is actually the normal way of doing a purchase. So what we do in a search, find, buy, we ask the customer to open Amazon.com, search for our specific keyword, and then we provide them with our main image and tell them, okay, this is the product you're looking for. So track the image within the search results, click on it, and make the purchase. This is more or less a normal behavior of a customer from Amazon. We are doing this for our customers, and it's proven to be very effective, especially when we are mixing it with social signals. It's important for us to send Amazon different type of signals in order to get the best results from it. So the best results, actually, from our experience, comes from combining search, find, buy with social signals, or what we like to call smart URLs. Good. So for each keyword, from each phase of the ranking, we use a tool to track our ranking. In this case, this is the Helium 10 tool. And our strategy is, once we get a product on the top results for a specific keyword, to keep it there by running 1-2 organic rebates per day. Good. So the organic position, along with PPC, will gain you more real estate. This will bring in more customers on your listing, which is natural because you're trying to display your product on the top results. And the more people see a product, they get familiar to it, and psychologically they tend to purchase it because they've seen it in the past. So if you put it in multiple positions, it's very important for them to get somehow familiar and make the choice, thinking that they like it from somewhere, but they don't know out of which context they enjoyed it. This here is an example of a launched product from one of our customers. As you can see, it's been kept there, and currently it still is. It's quite old. It's from May. We're trying to bring more accurate, more updated screenshots in the future. But the idea is that ranking is a straightforward process, but it's important to remain there and stay on top results for those keywords you're ranking for. So the second R in discussion today are actually the ratings. This came in quite early. I believe it was at the end of 2019. And what they bring on the table is a kind of review, but with only the stars. So instead of providing a title, a description, and giving a star review, on the ratings, you're only giving the star rating. And people are more likely to give you a star rating rather than writing a review, because I don't know if you're aware, but lately Amazon is very restrictive on reviews, and also people are afraid to post reviews. They're saying that they're afraid that Amazon might ban them. And getting a rating, considering that you have an amount of reviews there, a rating will be, just what the doctor ordered in order to grow your product and keep that shining look of 4.5 or 5 stars, depending on your product. So we tend to mix ratings and reviews, and try also to get ratings inside of our products, and they're very important as well. Of course, another very important are the actual reviews. This is a controversial subject and it's very sensitive. So, of course, within our rankings campaign, we also get reviews and we also get ratings out of them, and we try to keep it at around 20% ratio. So, for example, if we're running a campaign giving away, let's say, 100 units, we tend to get maximum of 20 rebates plus, ratings plus reviews. So we keep it at 20%, which is very important, and consider your review and rating score. Always make sure that it's within 5% of your total sales. This is most important, not to get a flag from Amazon if you're getting too many reviews or over a small portion of time. We only tend to take this risk when we launch, because when we launch, we have no reviews. We are fresh on the market. So that's when we push a little further up to 10 and sometimes 20% if we know that the product will also kick in after our launch period. So normally we recommend not to pass over 7% with this review sales or review rating sales ratio. It's very important to keep your account safe. We look at this strategy on a long term. We are interested in a long-term business, and of course the sellers are also interested into this. And I don't know if they know this, but it's important to have it into consideration. So moving forward to the actual action, you have to get in contact with enough people interested to buy your product by following your exact strategy. The easiest way to get in contact with them are to go through Facebook ads and get them through a Manychat flow. And afterwards, what we do, we get in contact one-on-one. We have employees that, we start with the Manychat flow. Afterwards, an employee comes along and, takes the conversation further with each an individual product tester. Now, what is very important here to mention is always to make sure your audience is targeted, also to run multiple audiences, because, and be very careful when you put in the audience, like free buys or stuff like that, because from that area, you get kind of the people that are always purchasing from Amazon and always, you don't kind of want that quality of people buying from you. Try to exclude that or not include it at all in your audience. Yeah. The quality of the testers, the product testers, is very important. And what we are looking to is to get people interested in that product, and normal people that would actually be interested in purchasing it. This is very important from the perspective of, I'm selling a product. I want to reach not the people that would purchase pretty much everything, but those people that are passionate about my product and they want to use it and they will use it and probably, end up giving up with a review in the process. Our strategy, and this is what we're talking about here, is most importantly TOS compliant. Of course, it's clear to say that once you go in this type of rebate section, and I'm open to say that, there is one tiny little bit that you're doing wrong, and that is the algorithm manipulation. That's clear. When you're sending traffic and you're sending people to purchase from your specific super URL, or you're instructing people to purchase by using a keyword, a specific keyword, that's when you're manipulating the algorithm with Amazon. But it's very difficult for them to learn this. So I just want to be transparent. It's very important that you know this, you're aware of the risk. There is a very little risk there for Amazon to discover this, but this is what is the small gray area, so to speak. Apart from that, what we're doing is 100%, 99%, okay, let's keep it a 99% TOS compliant. And yeah, it's clear. You're working on your product. Afterwards, when your product will be on top on all keywords, sales will be coming in organically, also through PPC. So yeah, it's a game you're playing here. So sometimes it's very important that yeah, once you've completed your ranking goals, it's time to move forward and invest into brand awareness. This is a topic we've covered on a different occasion. And the brand awareness, the easiest way to do that is to have your own micro-influencers program. Of course, there are a lot of ways to build brand awareness. You can run ads or other marketing strategies, but our strategy with brand awareness refers to the fact that we are giving away free product to people on Instagram, and they can place the purchase by following your exact instructions, also giving you a little bit of boost on your keywords. So by combining these two strategies, you end up with a long-term strategy that will eventually provide you with traffic, with organic sales, with ranking, ratings, reviews, and will grow your brand in the process. So from our point of view, these two strategies are complementary, and for us, they work like a charm. So this is about it from my side. Once again, this is a brief presentation. This is what we're doing, and it's working. We can say it's working, and we've tested it on a lot of clients. Of course, you have here the URL if you're interested in our micro-influencers program. Also, yeah, for our rankings, if you have other questions, I'm sure we can discuss.
Awesome. Thank you so much. How much time does it take from like setting up the Manychat flow until receiving the first buys? How many days sellers should have for that?
Well, it's a matter of minutes, I'd say. It's not a matter of days. So the flow itself is setting up the actual flow, setting up a Manychat flow, then building a Facebook audience, building the ads, and starting the campaign on Facebook. What that will do will get people through your Manychat flow. We tend to keep our Manychat flows very, very small, like 5 to 6 questions maximum, sometimes 4. We are testing different types because people tend to get bored. I've seen a lot of Manychat flows, like, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 questions. We try to avoid those with random, but people get bored eventually with all those questions. And yes, you're trying to keep your brand safe, but you know, try to keep it more relevant and go in, you know, maybe one-on-one talk with a product tester. One very important topic here: if you're doing rankings, make sure that you're not doing it from your brand's name. So if your brand is named XYZ, try to build another one, ABC, and run it from that Facebook page, actually, because this way they cannot link you directly to your store. This is to be safe. Or run it through a third-party agency, and yeah, just to keep it on the safe side. So as soon as people are starting to go into your flow, you talk to them, you provide them with how to place the purchase, and afterwards they go on Amazon and place the purchase, and yeah, you refund them. There are 2 options here. We normally refund them after the product is shipped, so they don't cancel the order. They can place the order, they get the order ID, they provide you with an order ID, and afterwards they cancel the order and stay with the money. That's what we're trying to avoid. So people tend to get, yeah, you know, more, it gets more harder to get the product returned after it's shipped or canceled. Yeah. So it's important to stay safe, but yeah. Depends.
Okay, great. So it's very important to get people interested. Do you have any tips, like how to craft the actual ad post that would drive attraction from the possible customers?
What we've seen is that simplicity is the key. Don't try to put a lot of things in there. Keep it simple. The way we work now on social media and everywhere in life, we just skip read everything, and you know, even when you're on phone, you know, you're going through the Facebook everything, or Instagram, you're looking through the feeds there. You don't have time to analyze everything. So first of all, it has to be a hook to capture your attention, to keep you there for 2 milliseconds more, and afterwards to provide with some simple things. We're giving away let's say 20 free products. So simply go in the start, click the button below to start, and we'll provide you with a free product. And you can also include that you're refunding after shipping or other information, but try to keep it simple.
Okay, simplicity is the key. Very good.
Yes.
Okay, so regarding to the flow, you said that you like to use the search, find, and buy way for customers to find the product. But what do you do if the product is, let's say, on the 20th page or 15th page? How do you make sure the customers really use this method instead of just entering the product name in the search bar?
Very good question. Yes. So in this situation, and this usually happens when you launch your product, you'll be like not ranked or not there. In that particular case, you can use a two-step URL, and that's very effective until you get the product ranked on page, let's say 2, 3. And afterwards, you can go with the search, find, buy method, and you can instruct the product tester. You search for this keyword and go to page 2 or 3. And find our product, and you give them your main image, and they find it and they purchase. So until you get to page 2 or 3, you have to provide another way for them to find you quickly, because they will not do until page 7 or whatever.
Do you have like any other tip that sellers could use at the same time they apply this ranking strategies, like something regarding they can do in the listing to enhance it even more? I don't know. Do you have anything?
It's very important, and this is the part of. So the first part is to get a good product. That's clear as sunshine, and that's very important. Next, you need to get a good listing out there, do a very good product research, keyword research, and involve in your listing the most important keywords that are related to your product. Try to put in the title at the best keywords that you have. We always look at it this way. Eventually, you'll be targeting the toughest keywords to rank on. That's where the money is. That's where people are spending a lot of money, because at first we're trying, you remember that pyramid I presented? At first we're trying to go for a small change. We're looking for keywords that have a small amount of traffic. We're ranking up on those, and afterwards we're aiming for the top, and we're aiming for the really strong keywords. So try to involve all the good keywords, especially the ones you plan on ranking on, in your listing, and make your listing relevant for specifically for those keywords.
Okay, good information. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and your experience on how to rank products on Amazon. So if our viewers have any questions regarding to ranking or other services, then how can they reach out to you?
Simply look us up. We have a website. It's called intellirank.info. If you go on the website, you can reach us. We have a button there to reach us on Facebook. If not, always on email. Give me an email to Marcel or office@intellirank.info. But anyway, since we're IT guys here, you can send an email to anything at intellirank.info and we receive it. Don't worry about it. So
Okay, we will not worry. Thank you so much, and good luck in your business.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Thank you. Bye.
I do hope that this conversation with Marcel help you to understand what is Amazon product ranking and to get some ideas how to improve it. And click here for the next video, which we suggest you should watch in order to improve your Amazon business. And also subscribe below to the YouTube channel of Orange Klik, because here we talk to different Amazon experts, software providers, and event organizers.